Hi guys. Today I want to talk about cultures and races, or the mixing of different people. Um, it's a topic. It's a hard topic for me to talk about in English, because it's not a topic that I used to talk about. So my vocabulary it's not good enough in this file, let's say, or probably I won't have the right expressions, or I don't know. My first thought was to make this video in Spanish, but then I took it as a challenge to try to express more um, difficult topics, or high level topics um, in English. So this kind of topics that require more reflection, or more I don't know how to say it, but I think you can guess what I'm saying, or my point, I mean. First of all, I just don't want to offend anyone. Uh, I know that when you have to give your opinions, or your personal point of view about something in a foreign language, sometimes it's difficult to assess the strength, or the I don't know the intensity of the words or the expressions. So I just want to say that um, that like I mean, I want to start by saying that I'm sorry if I don't use the proper words. Please take in mind that have in mind that it's uh, it's hard for me to talk about that. Well, anyway, let's go to the topic. It's something that came to my mind when I was in New York, even though it doesn't have a big relation with the trip itself. But when I arrived there the first days, I was quite surprised about the huge amount of races, or of people from different parts of the world, in the origin, I mean, living together in a really normal or natural way. It's true that my point of view, or my vision, it's that of a tourist. I mean, I was just there for 1 week, visiting the city, so I haven't spent a lot of time there. I haven't lived there, so I don't know. I don't know neither if New York is an example of the United States, or it's just some, maybe, you know. I really don't know if there's racism in the United States, or if there are lots of problems about related to that. I really don't know, but my feeling was that um, it was really normal and natural. Um, that's great. I mean, um, that's really great. I think here it's a little bit different, and I think that's the reason why I was surprised in the good way. I mean, because here it's true we don't have so many foreign people. Um, when I talk about foreign people, I'm just saying, in my example, for example, here, white people and non-white people. Um, Again, I don't want to offend anyone. It's just I don't have, I just don't know how to say it in other words, So here, for example, we have a lot of foreign people, of immigrants, but it can be compared with New York, or at least for what I saw. Um, we here in Barcelona, or in Catalonia, we are mainly white people. I don't know. I don't have the exact numbers, but I will say that 80% of the population is white people. So uh, we are not so used to live with other cultures even though it's true that in the last decades the number of foreign people has increased a lot, but anyway, it can be compared with the US. But what really surprised me is that this feeling that I got, at least when I was there, that people live in a really normal way, that all these non-white people felt American. They are American, of course, but I mean that there was like they were all at the same level. Even, for example, I heard a lot of Spanish, Latin American people speaking Spanish, but you can feel that they also spoke English perfectly. So probably they should have born there. Maybe it's third, fourth generation of people living already in the United States. So I don't know. I think here it's quite different. You can clearly identify which who is an immigrant and who are not. And it's not just because of the color of the skin, but also, for example, for the language. I wanted to relate this topic to the language because I think that this is one of the main differences. Here, it's not common that an immigrant from Maghreb or from the north of Africa, which are the 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 main culture that we have here. I mean, people who have came to Spain from the north of Africa, they in general they don't speak a good Spanish. You know, there's always exceptions, of course, but even if they have been living here for 10 years or for 15 years, they can make them understood more or less, but you feel the difference. You know, they don't pronounce properly. They don't speak right indeed, in general. So if you hear sometimes some foreign person speaking Catalan, that's really unbelievable. I mean, but even in Spanish, they in general don't speak it really properly. So there's a big difference. Also, the way they express themselves, and and I think that's a big difference because what I said before, in the US, it doesn't matter the color of the skin, doesn't matter the origin, but they all spoke perfect English, of course, because they felt Americans, and their English is their main language, or it's one of their languages, and they spoke it perfectly. I know that it will also be exceptions, but that's the feeling I got when I was there, and I think that's a really big difference. And I hope, maybe, as I said, maybe here it's quite recent, quite new, this immigration thing, but maybe in the next decades, when these immigrants or these foreign people have been living here for a longer time, and they have had their kids, and these kids will have been living here for a long time or for all their lives, they will start, speaking perfect Spanish, and feeling inside the others, let's say, the society. But I really enjoyed. I really liked the way, or the feeling I got there in the U.S., in the New York, and I just hope that sometime in the future we'll have here more or less the same. I don't know. We'll see. But okay, I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry if I hope you got my ideas or my point of view, and okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.